Shalom. Shalom. Welcome to Taking a Deeper Look. What up, my brothers?
Shalom.
My brothers. Yes, sir. Let's get it.
Shalom to Israel. Welcome each and every one of you to our Friday night Taking a Deeper Look class. We look forward to having a good time tonight. Real quick, here at Chasers of the Way, we will be celebrating or memorializing Sukkot starting Sunday. So if you haven't purchased a tent, or if you don't have a tent, or you can use sheets, covers, make your little booth in your home and celebrate with Abba Yah, the whole host of heaven. So we look forward to that for the next week. More information is coming. We more than likely we will meet on Sunday as well. And then we may meet throughout the week to celebrate and just follow up with these families, see how everybody's doing on the Feast of Tabernacles. So we look forward to that, celebrating the last Moedim of this year. The Most High has been really good to us. He's been faithful. He's been merciful. He's been grateful. He's been long-suffering. He's been patient. He's been kind. He's been generous. And we look forward to what he has for us, not only now, but also the year that's coming up. So again, we appreciate you all. My brothers, how you doing tonight?
Doing grand, man, like 100 grand.
Doing grand like 100 grand.
Yeah, we'll see how he be feeling about 10:30 tomorrow our time. I'll be interested to see what he. I'll be interested to see how he feeling around that time.
Yeah,
Who's gonna be celebrating?
I will see, big. For those that don't know, the college football teams we follow, they play each other tomorrow. So there's a little, for lack of a better term, civil war going on amongst the brethren. So we're gonna have a little fun with that. But all with that being said, all is well, man. I can't complain. The Most High is the Most High. I was blessed with conversation with my sister and my dad today. So that was a blessing. And just on top of that, just Father do what he do. And so I'm appreciative of him and appreciative of being on with you all tonight. So, yeah.
All praises.
All praises.
Tasha.
Did you mute, bruh? Or
Yeah, it sound like you wanted that cut off.
Yeah, you sound like you got cut off.
Can I be heard?
Yeah, now you can be heard.
Okay. Well, again, we appreciate you all. We have an interesting conversation tonight. I'm going to put it in the hands of Elder Yehochanan to carry it for us. Go ahead, my brother.
Absolutely. Shalom, shalom. Matter of fact, before we get going into that, let me shout out the people that's in the chat that came.
I'm tripping.
You fine?
Yeah, hold on. We got to do this the right way.
The music.
Yes, sir.
All praises.
I think it's right here.
Oh,
there we go.
That's the joint.
And the way that's the point, man, it's just like, look.
Yeah, that's my stuff right there.
Yes, sir.
I wish I could get my baby brother to drop a flow to this for me one day. That being said, all praises and honor to the Most High. Big shout out to those who decided to join us. I see we got Sister Mary Bobby. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sister Tracy Warren. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you for also joining us, fellowshipping with us tonight. Let's see, we got Brother Naeem up in the Philadelphia area, city of brotherly love, so they say. Shabbat Shalom to you and your beautiful wife. Thank you for joining us. My big sister CC, the Marauder, a.k.a. the Songbird, a.k.a. More ways. Rib is definitely up in the building with us this evening. Shabbat Shalom. I got my sister Tasha from the Carolinas. Precepts is always on deck. Definitely looking forward and hoping for her interaction, especially from the scriptural standpoint. She is definitely in the house. My big brother, the Hooks, and I'm sure if he's saying the Hooks family is here, that means that my dear sister Kia Targaryen is nearby. I hope they snuggled up, hugged up, loving on each other. Definitely being up in the house. Shabbat Shalom. Yes, it's baby spelled two eyes. I'm sorry if I mess up your name. Please talk it to my head, definitely not my heart. But okay, sister Mir Baby. Okay, got you. Okay, thank you for joining us. With that being said, like, share, and subscribe. Share it to your timeline, share it with other people. But definitely come in and make your presence known. Wipe your feet off at the door. We appreciate you all for coming on the fellowship with us today. I got my brothers, but Mama Ray, aka Agent Z, is up in the building. Probably gonna get me for calling him that, but I'm gonna call him Agent Z anyway. With that being said, my big brother, homie Tiak, the Suka B, definitely up in the building. I see the elders is up in the spot. The true elders. Uncle Mike, Aunt Nancy, and I'm sure Aunt Diddy is nearby. The elders is up in the building. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you all for your presence. Thank you all for your wisdom. Thank you all for joining us. But with the shout outs, let's get into this topic. We're going to take a deeper look because as my big brother Suka has said several times.
Like before you get started, Binyan.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
real quick. I heard a Morey say, people want to know why is he so happy when there's a whole lot of whatever's going on in the world. And he said, because I can breathe.
Yes.
And I said, He said, every day that I wake up and there's breath in my body and I can breathe, I'm going to choose to be happy. He said, because there was a time when there was a whole lot of oxygen everywhere. It was everywhere except in his lungs.
That's what happened.
I said, wait a minute. He said, I was walking in oxygen and couldn't breathe. Think about that, Israel. All that oxygen. He said air was everywhere, but it wasn't in me.
Couldn't get it.
I was in a hospital bed with tubes in my nostrils. So he said, so if you want to know why I'm so happy, I can breathe. Go ahead, Binyan.
I cherish every deep breath. Every deep breath. So, to your point, yeah, for whatever reason, listen, to my brother's point, every day you're alive, it's an opportunity to serve. It's an opportunity to rep. So cherish it. Make the most of it. Even if it's just to be before him, just to study, sing, to talk to your children, whatever it may be. Just be available, man. Just be available. If you're alive, he's allowing you to be available. That being said, though, we do have an interesting topic. And I'm mad that I didn't catch the title. I messed up on the title. But it says, we have been, are, and always will be, should be the target. The word says to stay hidden. We have been, are, and always will be the target. And the reason why I'm going there is because there's a responsibility that we as Israel have. A lot of times when we talk about Israel from a nationalistic standpoint, a lot of times we like to get puffed up in pride and the honor, of being an Israelite rather than dealing with the responsibility. The responsibility was always about the assignment that we was given to be in the land representatives of the Father. And so, with that being said, or understanding that over time, from the time our father Abraham heeded the call to the time of Christ and to this very time, the enemy is aware and knows, and you can verify this and think it's in Revelation 12, that they have but a short period of time, because now the king has restored us back, or given us the opportunity to be restored back into position of dominion. The reason why that's important is because now, because of that, there's a clock that's really truly ticking on his kingdom, and a day closer, a minute closer, an hour closer, every time a minute passes is a minute closer to the opportunity that the king's kingdom is going to be manifested and it's going to come to pass. And so with that being said, the enemy is not going to give over or just readily just let us just have this plane of this world. And so because of the call, because of the mandate, because who the Father has ordained us to be, we will always be the target. Now, that's not, again, to make you puffed up. And that's not, again, to make you move in fear. But it's, again, to have us have the mindset to search the scriptures, to understand the scriptures, and see what's going on around us in the time, that we may look at it through the lens and through the eyes of the Father, so that we can move circumspectly, or that we can move wisely during this time. And so as we begin to look at this and we talk about a couple issues or a couple things, such as matters like DEI or agendas that are passed by those who are supporters of MAGA, Making America Great Again, or if you see, like, I don't know if anybody was paying attention recently to the small caps. I like to call them the small caps. You know, the people, the imposters that are over in the land now. There was an agenda that was pushed. I think it was like a blue square or something like that, that was advertised to stop persecution or hate of them, where it's like, in a sense, their last ditch effort in order to get ahead of what it is that we're doing and try to help them keep their place. And so you're seeing agendas that are passed. Another thing where you have more of a military presence in what we call so-called ghettos, so-called black neighborhoods, where it's less of a police state and more of a military state. And so a lot of this is due to the fact that we don't control our narrative. We don't control what it is that is said about us. As a matter of fact, in many instances, we tend to buy into the narrative, how we think, how we feel about each other. Usually it comes from the perception of the majority and not the perception of what we think and feel about one another or our true life experience. And so what we're looking to possibly and potentially get into as we talk about things like DEI or things like MAGA tonight, or things like the current small cap initiative, let's talk about what the agenda is and what the initiative is, and what it and why we are being targeted. And so I know that my big brother Suka, I lost that thought. Forgive me. Something he said, he constantly say. Suka, I'm messed up. I cannot remember what, it just left my mind that quick.
It'll come back out.
But it has something to do with, shoot. I hate that. It'll come back to me. It'll come back to me.
Man?
Huh?
Talking about the inside man?
Not so much the inside man. It was something else that he said. It was a verse, and I lost it. I've literally just lost it. But anyway, why I'm encouraging us to stay hidden, I don't mean hidden from the standpoint of we're talking about running away from a fight, running away from a challenge. What I'm talking about in staying hidden is we stay in the word. We stay in the understanding of the text. We stay in the understanding of scriptures. Because if we're not careful, we'll be believing initiatives and agendas that the Bible says, if it were possible, even the very elect will be deceived. And so there's a great deception, not only from a spiritual standpoint, when you talk about these various religions, but also from a political standpoint, from a social standpoint, from an economic standpoint. There is a great deception that's going on that if we're not careful, even the very elect will be deceived. Before we move further into this, I didn't know if my brothers had any thoughts as far as what I'm laying out, if they want to add to it. Yes, you seen it. You seen it, sister Mary Baby. You seen it. The campaign to stop the hate of them will open the door for the world to accuse us of that hate towards them, and they will try to stop and destroy us from proclaiming ourselves exactly. Is that so? Sister Mary Baby is walking with us. She see it. But I didn't know if there was anything that you guys wanted to add to it, or let's look at it even from a scriptural standpoint. What are your thoughts so far with what we're laying out?
It's good, man. I just think they're doing what the scripture says, Psalms 83.
That's my first scripture. Let's go.
when they put out, man, when they put that video out and all the propaganda, you have to understand. And I'm not trying to go, I'm just telling you what I've studied and what I've looked at so far.
Yes, sir.
Most of the people that lobby, most of the people that are on any part of the staff for the government that have a say so have dual citizenship to Israel. They have dual citizenship, so their first loyalty is to them.
Yes, sir.
So by bringing that commercial out, what they're doing is gathering other people that hate us. The scriptures say your enemy has become confederate against you.
You want to read it if you see it on the screen, or do you got it pulled up?
I can't see it. Go ahead, bro. I don't have it.
Okay, I read it and I toss it right back to you. It says, keep. This is Psalms 83, which my big brother was just referencing. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace. Be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, that they that hate thee may lift up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation. Let me take a moment. Before I continue to read that, let me take a moment and see if I can pull this out. Let me talk about, I looked at the Hebrew for hidden ones. It's Safan. Let me see. Let me share this one right there. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay. It says to hide, to treasure, to store up. So this is what the Most High is doing for us. Even when you look at the pictograph on it, the Hebrew on it, it says storing up or hiding of something to prevent discovery, something watched or covered. To hide something to prevent discovery. To hide, to lay up, to esteem, to lurk privily, secret. So it's a treasure. The Most High has referred to us as a precious diadem in his hand, or a precious jewel, etc., in his hands. And so, what is it? Is it Zephaniah? I think it's Zephaniah 2:8 talks about that we're the apple of his eye. And so when it talks about the hidden ones, it's talking about ones that are preserved for him, protected from him. It means to lay up, to lurk privily. The NASB, to store, ambush, conceal, hide, treasure. To hide, to reserve, to protect. Let's see what the let me scroll down. Let me see the lexicon. It portrays concealment. In scripture, a concealment that may protect, to preserve, to treasure, to lurk, or lie in wait, what is concealed can either be precious, divine, goodness, a newborn child, or something that's perilous, iniquity, coming to wrath. This verb, therefore, comes in a window or in a moral polarity of hidden things and the God who sees them and governs them. So in this case, when you look at this particular verse, as it pertains to us, it's talking about us being hidden. Oh, I messed up. Us being hidden by the Most High, his hidden ones. And so understanding that, with what Sukkah was bringing out, or what Sukkah was talking about, I'm trying to get back to sharing the screen. My fault, brothers. Let me go back. This is what the Father is thinking of us, and this is what the Father has made us. We're going to get more into it as we look into different scriptures. Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, got you. So verse 83, chapter 83, verse 4. It says, they have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of the most of Israel be no more in remembrance. So even when you look at the small caps, they don't call themselves Israel. They don't call themselves Israel. We know what they call themselves, and for the sake of this page, I'm not saying their name for the sake of this page, but they don't call themselves Israel. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Mention several nations, etc. So we get the picture. We're very familiar with Psalms 83. To that point, I'm going to toss it back to my big brother Sukkah, who brought this up. Go ahead.
No, you just see they figure they have to come this way because the scriptures, we know what the scripture says about us, that he's going to put the dread of us on them. Mm-hmm. So they already think a certain way about us. They're really scared of us understanding. Mm-hmm. Let me go to this real quick. Let me help y'all. This really helps me. This will helps me a whole lot. The word helps me so much. When I go back and I look through what the so-called Old Testament, when I go to the book of the Chronicles of the Kings, and I go through the Kings, and I go through 1st and 2nd Samuel, I go through and I see how the Most High fought for us. I see how when Jehoshaphat called for a fast, and the Most High set ambushments. 1st Chronicles, the 20th chapter. I see when he set ambushments against our enemies. And let me help you something. Years ago, I don't know if anybody ever heard me tell this story. So I want to encourage you to believe him and trust him. Because see, a lot of people get shaky when they start hearing all this stuff and the news start flooding with all this drama and all this chaos, and we get a little nervous and we start like, well, what should we do? Hold on, let me tell you. One day I was sitting there, we were at home. About 1 o'clock in the morning, we were outside. We sitting in the jacuzzi just talking. I laid my head back and I started praying and I started thinking, and the Most High brought something to me. And he said, I always have an inside man. And I said, I always have an inside man. The Most High has somewhere in every part of the government, every system, every company, every business, every platform, everywhere, the Most High has someone.
Yes, sir. That
will fight for us, will work for us, and work with us. Just go ask Daniel. Go ask Esther. Go ask the Most High, who do he have for you? I remember our old pastor, Elder Sewell, told me, he said, listen, just because they said no, keep calling. I'm going to give you somebody.
Yes, sir.
Don't stop, man. I'm telling you, don't stop believing. The Most High got somebody everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere, in every organization, every part of the state, everybody, country, don't matter, any country. Everybody worked for him. Everybody worked for him. So don't get shaky right now. Don't get shaky. They can knock on your door. Don't get shaky. Everybody worked for him. I'm done, huh?
Yes, sir. No, you fine. Anything else you want to add, Moray?
No, sir. Not right now. That's good, though.
Yes, sir. So let's look at this. Just laying a little groundwork with a few verses. Let me go ahead and share again. Let's go. Just want to lay a few scriptural groundworks. I'm not going to elaborate on it much. Just want to show you all we in the book. So we're talking about the hidden ones. We're talking about ourselves. Let me share my screen. Let me go to Psalms 91. Very familiar passages. share that. It says, he that dwelleth, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go with it. He said, he that dwelleth in the secret place, hidden, in the secret place of the Most High, shall abide under the shadow, under the authority, under the covering of the Almighty. And this is what we'll say. I will say, he is my refuge and my fortress. Fortress is usually a term, a military place, a military embankment, a place where defense is taking place. It says that he is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in him will I trust. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler. We're being hunted. He will deliver us from the snare or the trap of the fowler, and from the noisome pestilence. In other words, the propaganda, the words that are being said, the false accusations that are being said, the propaganda. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shall we trust. I'm making it personal. It says, shall thou trust, shall we trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. He's our protection. Thou shalt not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flieth by day, nor of the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor the destruction that wasteth away. So new diseases and all this stuff that's coming out, all the good old boys acting the fool, all the stuff that we're seeing, ICE moving this, that, and the third, all sundown towns, everything that's jumping off. We're not going to be faded by that. 1,000 to fall at thy side, and 10,000 at my right hand, but it shall not come nigh me. Now, my brother Moraes always stood on this scripture. No matter what, he always said, no matter what they say, the word says it won't come nigh us. That only with thine eyes shall we behold the reward of the wicked, because thou hast made the Most High thy refuge, even the Most High thy habitation. In him we live and we move, we have our being, we trust in him. There shall no evil under his refuge befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling, as long as we in him. For he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest we dash our foot against a stone. We shall tread upon the lion and the adder, and the young lion and the dragon shall we trample under our feet. So even when we're in battle or any type of opposition, we're going to get victory, because he have set his love upon us. Therefore will I deliver him, and I will set him on high, because he have known my name, my Shem, my reputation. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life will I satisfy him and show him my salvation. Any thoughts, brothers?
That's straightforward. It's beautiful.
It said Deuteronomy 2:25. Anybody got that? Let me go to it real quick.
Yeah, give me a sec. Was that Deuteronomy 2:25? Deuteronomy 2, verse 25. Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 25. This day will I begin to put the dread of thee and the fear of thee upon the nations that are under the whole heaven, who shall hear report of thee, and shall tremble and be in anguish because of thee.
Why they doing the stuff they doing? Why they hate us? Why they come after us the way they do? Why is it that every initiative or every agenda that they push, even if it don't start out as us, we end up being the face of it?
Yeah, they remember David.
You know what? I'm curious.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to know what nation is fighting for us that we do not know. Because you look at, he had Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
He had, you had some nations that aided the Israelites.
Mm-hmm.
You think about our father Abraham, how he was amongst many different ethnicities, but he had favor.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to know behind the scenes what nation is actually fighting for us, who actually know that we are the real people and they're fighting for us.
To your point, it's interesting because the man's reputation has been vilified over the years because of the Holocaust. But that individual, you know, if you know anything about the Holocaust, you know who that individual who's vilified is. That individual has always said that America is prosperous because they have God's chosen people. They have God's jewels. Now that's something that, you know, we haven't been able to find the documentation on, but that's something that's been put out there. And so I wonder if he really did make that statement, it would seem like a lot of people who are in other countries know who we are, but because we buy into the propaganda, the narrative, we tend to be our own opposition or the one who fights against us the most. And so when you look at these agendas, such like we're talking about, and I want to get into the DEIs and MAGAs and all this other stuff and get even the perspective from the chat. But when you look at what they say about us, like I was thinking about this even today, when we came into the understanding of who we are as a people, was it through a camp? Y'all remember, brothers?
It was not a camp.
It was not a camp. Matter of fact, one of the more prominent videos that we did come across was somebody who didn't even look like us. Y'all remember that dude?
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was an Anglo-Saxon.
Most definitely. Remember?
Yeah. He was outraged at the fact that he called us Judah. He said, my brothers, they don't even know who they are. And he looked Snow White. Now, I don't know how true it is if he one of the people, but he recognized us as Judah. And he understood that we were the people before we did. He was surprised that we didn't know who we are. So it seemed like everybody else in the world know who we are. Even the president of what's his name? The president, I forget his Nazir or whatever his name, the dude from Egypt. Yeah, he literally said that they left black and came back white, which is why there will never be peace.
That was King of Egypt.
Yes, sir. Yeah. He said that. And so everybody knows who we are except us. As a matter of fact, the main ones that be opposing us be people that look like this, but that's because we buy into the narrative. We trust. As a matter of fact, just let me read a couple more verses and we could talk about it even more. I'm going to go to Isaiah 30 and I'm going to go to Isaiah 31. I'm just read 3 verses in Isaiah 30 and 3 verses in Isaiah 31. It says, woe, Isaiah 30. It says, woe to the rebellious children. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Most High, that take counsel. We take counsel. We hear, but it's not of him. And that cover with a covering, but not of his spirit, that we may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt will walk or will trust those who have oppressed us rather than the scriptures themselves, and have not asked at his mouth. We have not gone into the scriptures to strengthen themselves. We'll go to other people and strengthen ourselves, or go rely on the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt.
I
Go ahead,
remember. No, I remember when Nipsey Hussle died, and everybody was in the uproar, and everybody wanted to go march and do all that. And I put that same scripture, out there.
Yeah.
We're so quick to run. Listen, but we're not so quick. The scripture said be what? Slow to speak, what?
Quick to hear.
Quick to hear. So in other words, it's saying stay out your emotions. Quit letting your feelings and emotions dictate for you. That's why I told you Proverbs 3:5. Acknowledge me in all thy ways, and I shall direct your path.
His counsel.
Quit letting your hot head and your feelings and emotions and what you feel about the situation get you out there. Next day, you know, you get you arrested. You going with ICE. You going up here, and we don't know where you at.
Yeah. Making us, to your point, making it, because we're very emotional people. We move at what they say. They say they're going to take this away. They said they're going to do this. They say they're going to do that. And their words become bigger because it's their counsel. Their words become bigger than the Most High that we serve. What they say, the book say, let every man be a liar, that the Most High may be true. He said that we are the head and not to tell above only and not beneath. But according to them, when they say stuff, we quiver in fear. It says, therefore, shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt be your confusion. Let me read the next 3 verses for the next chapter, and we can talk even more. It says, woe unto them that go down into Egypt for help. Stay on horses and trust in the chariots, because they are many. So we trust in their might. We trust in the military. See that going on even now, because they are very strong. But look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Most High. Yet he also is wise and will bring evil, and will not call back his words, but will arise against the house of the evildoers and against the help of them that work iniquity. Now Egyptians are men and not the Most High. These people who we depend on, we vote on, we trust their words. The Most High saying they men, they not him. And they have horses, they have military might, but they don't have his spirit. And when the Most High shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that hopeth shall fall, and they all shall fail together. In other words, those that's putting their trust in the narrative, they shall fall with those who are presenting the narrative. So I just wanted to lay down a few scriptures, because when we look at this whole thing, we talk about DEI, we talk about MAGA, we talk about all this stuff that they're presenting. We got to understand, family, eventually they're taking an indirect approach to get around to conditioning us as a nation or as a people to trusting in them, to the point that now when they tighten the noose around our neck, they get to strangle us too. I yield right there. I want to see if there's anything that my brothers want to add to this, more we can say about this. But I hope you all see the snare. I hope you all see the trap. Anything you guys want to add to?
No, brother, you cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, you cooking, man. Yeah, you cooking.
So let's talk about it. Like we talk about DEI. Chat, to the point of DEI. When you think DEI, who is the face of DEI in your eyes? Give them a few minutes, see if they answer, if we got a responsive chat. Who's the face of DEI? Anybody feel to respond? Anybody feel to reply?
What was the question?
Who is the face of DEI?
Oh,
Does anybody know what DEI is?
I am ignorant.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's look at it. Oh, let me share first. I hear you, Kia. Kia walking with me. I see you. I see mother Kia Targaryen, mother of recipes up in the house. Let's go with it. Israel, exactly. Let's talk about it. Let's see where that at. Okay, got that. Let me share that. DEI. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, DEI stands for diversity, equity, inclusion. A set of practices and initiatives aimed at creating fair and welcoming environments where people from all backgrounds can thrive. Diversity refers to a wide range of individuals such as race, ethnicity, gender, and physical ability. Equity means providing fair and just opportunities, recognizing that people may need different support to achieve equal outcomes. Inclusion is about creating a culture where every employee feels valued, respected, and empowered to contribute their ideas. So when you talk about DEI, let's go down to the purpose and the origins. The purpose and the origin of DEI was based on or originated in response to the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to address historical and systemic barriers that prevented certain groups from having equal opportunities in the workplace. The goal was to create a workplace where everyone, regardless of their background, feels they can succeed. The practices were supported by research suggesting that diverse and inclusive companies may be innovative and financially successful. Why are we talking about this? Well, the reason why we're talking about this is because when you talk about DEI and who's the face of DEI, my sister answered correctly. She said Israel. Reason why that's important is because now when you look at the MAGA agenda, Make America Great Again, or when you look at the initiatives or the agenda that, what's his name, Kirk was pushing, the dude that caught one in the neck, what happened was he was speaking against these initiatives or agenda because the narrative that was put out was that the only ones that were, or the people that were benefiting the most from DEI were so-called Black people. And the problem with that was not only was that not true, statistics don't support that, but also it was presenting a narrative that those who they felt were more deserving, such as qualified white men, etc., were missing out on opportunities that unqualified Black people were getting because of skin. When DEI was basing the fact on, first and foremost, the person had to be qualified in order to even get the opportunity. So if the person didn't qualify, they weren't even considered. The DEI was put in place to make sure that if the person did qualify, that they would get the opportunity. The reason why this is important is because now when you lash out at an agenda that was pushed, and now they're backing off from it, they're basing the narrative or presenting the narrative saying that the reason why DEI was put out there was because of us. We become the face of diverse equity, and inclusion. But that's not the case. When you look at the narrative or the truth of the matter, the narrative says that DEI was that Black people didn't benefited from DEI. But let's ask who is this? Let's ask artificial intelligence real quick. I thought I had it queued up, but it's gonna make me put the question in there again. Let's ask the question. Who benefited most from DEI? Anybody see that?
Nah, bro, you gotta read that.
Yeah, I can see it.
You see it? It says statistically, who benefited most?
White women.
White women benefited most from DEI. So even the very initiatives or agendas that were supposed to be put forth to benefit us didn't benefit us at all. The very civil rights movement.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
So it sounds like, for lack of a better term, they opened it up.
They claim to open it up.
Right, yeah, for the minority.
Yeah.
But really, it's to create it for someone else.
It was to create it for them.
So that's like going to war. So that's like telling somebody they're a menace, and if we don't do something, they're going to, let's say, destroy the world. So they'll go in, they'll create this narrative that these people need to be dealt with, and these people are innocent.
Yes, sir.
These people aren't doing anything evil.
We haven't done anything.
But to create a narrative, they create chaos, and they already have the answer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
They create the illusion that we are getting ahead.
That we are the problem.
They create the illusion.
Yeah.
To make it seem like it's okay. Then you got the ones that are black gatekeepers. So that's another subject. That are black gatekeepers, mainly the boule, mainly your sororities and your fraternities that block the way for us to get where we need to go. And don't let us see what we need to see. That's why we have to pray. It's like you said earlier, it be us, the main ones.
Believing in their crafty counsel.
Come on, man, and taking heed to it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then push it on our people.
Believing in their might. Yeah. Listen, the narrative is important because as long as they control the narrative about us and we believe it, we give power and strength to their narrative. To the point, and I see the chat was I couldn't see the chat earlier, but the chat was all over the DEI thing. Exactly. It was benefited white women and white male homosexuals. That was the second most, the people who were benefited the second most. When you talk about MAGA, and it's talking about make America great again. To our point, and we've always asked this, at what period of time?
Hold on. You said the mantra is make America great again.
Again.
So what is he saying?
Exactly.
He's given, America is such, I enjoy living here. It has provided a lot for a lot of us. However, they perpetrate like we're flourishing as a nation. We have access to so much. But from a global perspective, the president has come in and says we need to make America great again.
Yeah.
So what is he actually telling us? That America is not great?
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's an illusion like there's nothing going on.
Yeah. Think about it. To your point, Washington, D.C., they released the military to deal with what? Crime in D.C. Where else did they release the military to deal with crime at? Anybody recall? Anybody familiar with Chicago?
Yeah, and LA.
And LA. So the military is moving, or Trump is releasing the military to move in these places. But yet, here in Houston, there's a profile of a so-called white man who has been responsible for at least 16 bodies in this area. But that's going under the rug. How come there's no military being released here to deal with that? How come that's not even hardly any news? Never mind the fact that when old boy caught one in the neck, it was looked at as a political attack, the left wing, but he came from a right wing family. But the narrative is that he did that, or that the left wing did that. But in all that happened, who was the target afterwards? HBCUs got threatened, and we understand what happened to the young man Trey at Delta State University. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm on this what's the name real quick, man.
Yes, sir.
He said, "Let's make America great again," right?
Yes, sir.
Could this be what we see in the book of Daniel? When, because we know the Most High, according to Nebuchadnezzar, the Most High raises the nation and he brings the nation down, right? For him to say, "Make America great again," I think, this is just my personal opinion, I think he's talking from a global perspective. When you look at America and the surrounding countries,
yes, sir,
our influence is not what it used to be.
Agreed.
Our commerce is not what it used to be. So in other words, if we can read between the lines, he's not ready for America to give up its authority and power. So now we got to start instituting things that make us stay on top. They don't want to come down and give their power to the next rising nation.
Exactly.
Not to be off, but
no, you're not off.
Make America great again. I don't think it's America versus Americans. I think he's looking at America with the other surrounding competing nations, and he see that we are declining and there are other nations rising above us, and he don't like that.
Excellent.
And I can say, like, what period are you talking about?
To your point. So,
yeah, what time frame was America ever great for us?
And that's the micro level that you're touching. Moray's hitting a macro level.
Yes, sir. I understand.
No. You guys are both killing it. Moray's hitting macro, you're hitting the micro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what year was it great? When? What period? The country's what? How old is the country? 400, 200 years old?
Yeah. And we've been here since the 1600s.
14. We've been here since 14. We got here 14 something.
That's South America. We came here in the 1600s.
Man.
Yeah.
What year? Somebody remind me.
Yeah, 1619 was the first registered slave. That's why people are talking about the 400-year prophecy, but that's a whole nother false teaching that we got to deal with. But anyway, with that being said, both of you guys have killed it. It's on unalived it. Dang, said it. I get us in trouble later. But both of you guys are hitting the nail on the head. From a macro level, Trump is trying to redeem the reputation of the United States, because under Biden, it took a major hit. But not only that, but even under Barack, because he pushed so many different agendas, such as that, I don't even want to say rainbow agenda, but that alphabet agenda. I'm gonna say the alphabet agenda, because in pushing that alphabet agenda, that agenda is trying to be forced on other nations, and the other nations want nothing to do with that agenda. But yet that community has benefited off of our struggles.
Yes, they have. They rolled our hotel.
Yeah, they rolled it. Yeah. Remember, we talking about Isaiah 30 and 31. We're talking about we believe in their might and we trust in their counsel. And those that believe in their might and their counsel will be made ashamed. We're trusting them to do right by us when, according to Psalms 83, they don't have a mind to do right by us. This is part of the crafty counsel. They've allowed us to have civil rights or to push civil rights, and civil rights has been at everybody else but us. Inclusion, everything. Listen, the best thing that ever happened to us was the segregation, because as long as we remained segregated, we were able to build our own communities and do our own thing. But the moment that we started building our own communities and we were thriving, they came and they attacked. They came and they attacked. But now we get to the point that now we're so individualized as a people that even our own people, at the thought of us wanting to build or operate from a nationalistic standpoint, now we're looked at as a hate group and we're racial. Mind you, you got Israelite communities or camps that are on the ADL list as domestic terrorist groups, but yet have not killed anybody. That's the narrative. That's the agenda. That's what they're creating. Sukkah hits it from the other side. When has it ever been great for us? What period of time are you trying to go back to? And to your point, Sue, you know he's not hitting it. He's not trying to deal with the micro level, or he's not trying to discourage the narrative from the micro level, because if he was, then he would make it very clear he's not talking about things from a micro level. He's talking from a macro level. So both of you guys are right. He can hide it and deny it with Moray's point, but yet he's addressing it from two different levels, because that's his voter base. That's his people. Because the same people that operate in the micro, that view us as a threat, which is why they want to do away with DEI, that's why they're doing critical race theory and all this other stuff, are the same people that was able to run up into the White House and storm it and do whatever they did, and they were called great American citizens. Could you imagine if that was us that ran up in the White House? Could you imagine what would have happened? Could you imagine the bloodshed, the court martials, or whatever? They would have brought the electric chair through the White House for us. But yet they able to run up in the White House, and they still living to this day to talk about it. I'm not talking about us getting equity treatment or fair treatment. I'm saying, listen, pay attention. Government shutdown. Why? Why is there really a government shutdown? We got funding to be able to give to everybody else. We got funding to be able to get to the small caps. But to the point of one of the sisters already said, they got to create a problem to come up with solution. They got to create a problem to already present the solution. They're already getting us used to having a military presence in our cities. Why is that? So when they tighten the noose on us, who are out on the streets, teaching and telling the truth about who we are, if they even give the appearance that we are, if they get the impression that we are a quote unquote, or they can make the accusation that we're a hate group, they have the right to come and arrest us with no cause. This is why Psalms 91 is so important for us, in order for us to stay under the shadow or under the covering of the Almighty, to be as wise as a serpent, but as harmless as a dove. We got to move circumspect in this time, because if we don't move circumspect in this time, we move out of season, we move out of term, we don't move with the right agenda, we don't have the right marching orders when we move, then it will come nigh us. You was about to say something, big brother?
No, sir.
Are we making any sense here tonight? Listen, family, if you don't take anything else away from this, don't be moved by what appears to be right for us from a medical standpoint. From a medical standpoint, yes, big noise, pay attention. Small noise, pay attention. Don't trust. I'm not saying run around paranoid. And I'm not even saying let everybody know that you see everything. What I'm saying is, as we talk with each other, let's pay attention, Israel, and let's be in code with what the scriptures say. Let the Most High order our steps and how we move. When you notice how the king moved, the Bible says that he made himself of no reputation. You don't see not once where the king came into the land when he was born saying Rome is this and Rome is that. He didn't say anything against Rome. To the point that when he stood before Rome, Rome wanted to let him go because they found no fault with him. Rome, we're talking about Pilate. Pilate was trying to find a way out of dealing with the king. But because the king never said a word to exonerate himself, he laid his life down. He gave himself up. Because the king never said a word to exonerate himself, because he understood what he was called to do, the king was given up for that very reason. But if the king could have if the king wanted to beat the charges, he could have, because Pilate, go back and read it. Pilate wanted to let himself go. But now the king says to us, where first he said, yo, don't take no jacket, don't take no tunic, don't take no extra money, don't take no extra food. Now he's saying, trade these things in for a sword, trade these things. In other words, have our mind geared up for warfare, have our mind geared up to protect ourselves, have our mind geared up to move smartly in these times. Because everything that happens, somehow we end up being the face of it. Dude get popped in the neck. Black colleges get threatened. Young man gets hung. That's getting swept under the rug. COVID-19 started over in China. Somehow we ended up being the face of it. The people most likely to suffer from it. Everything, DEI. We're the face of DEI. And because we ended up being the face of the DEI, we ended up being the narrative or the propaganda behind it. When in all actuality, we just read it. The ones who benefited from the DEI were them. Had nothing to do with us. Any agenda that's ever been pushed, we have never truly been the face of it. But yet we believe in the narrative that they put out, to the point that when we as Israelites get out and we talk and we try to minister from the standpoint of the text and who we are, it be the very people that look like us that use these same talking points against us. First thing you want to say, look at the FBI statistics. First thing they want to say is black on black crime. But if you look at every group of people, the law of proximity is in full effect. So-called white people near white people kill each other more than anybody else. So-called Asians near Asians, they kill each other. So-called black people near black people, they kill each other. So-called Hispanics, everybody that lives near who they live near, they kill each other. But for some reason, it's only what we do to each other that gets propagated. And we believe the narrative.
Because they have become confederate against us.
What'd you say, bro?
Because they have become confederate against us.
Yes.
They own all the media. They own all the social networks. They own the system, very system that comes against us, so they're able to manipulate it and use it.
Yeah.
Instead of us uniting, which we really don't know, because we're too busy fighting over doctrine and over the names and over certain texts. Mm-hmm. But I understand what Isaiah 52:8 says. When the Most High brings Zion again, we are going to see eye to eye. Yeah. So that's a day I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's a day I'm looking forward to.
And in order to get to that day, we got to be a part of the remnant. Somebody got to listen. When you look at Nehemiah, when you look at Ezra's time, and when you look at Zechariah, the scriptures are all around the same time. Haggai, when they came out of Babylonian, the Median Persian captivity, the word says it was those that the Most High gave a mind to come and rebuild. Not everybody that is looking like us, that is ethnic Israel, is going to be called to build with us. Not everybody that is ethnic Israel will understand how DEI is, how they moving with DEI, MAGA, and all this other stuff, or all these agendas that they are pushing. Not everybody's going to see what we see. And we got to be at peace with that. That's why the king said, listen, if they don't receive you, shake the dust off your feet and take your peace with you. Don't take your personal family when we get rejected by those that look like us, because we understand through the annals of our history. When you look through the text, everybody, the Bible says, many are called. Everybody left Egypt. Everybody left Egypt. But over time, the Bible says few are chosen. When the first captivity came about, guess what? Not everybody came out of Babylonian captivity. Not everybody came out of Assyrian captivity. Not everybody came out of the Medes and Persian captivity. Guess what? We go through captivity with the Romans and the Grecians. Guess what? Not everybody came out of that captivity. We got to be prepared for the fact that though we are Americans, though we are Brazilians, though we are in Japan, etc., not everybody's coming out of these captivities.
Let me ask a question.
Yes, sir.
What realistically, because we've been spread throughout the world, and from a physical perspective, it's near impossible for us to come together. That's why we have to come together by spirit, being united with the Father.
Yes, sir.
But realistically, what could we do? When I say we, I'm talking about each individual community of believers that have some sort of relationship with someone else that's a believer. Whether immediate family or not, doesn't matter. If they are a believer, what can we do realistically to change our plight as a community? Now, I know individually, you know, people have education, and individually many people have, you know, they're doing very well for themselves. But I'm thinking from a community perspective, more than two people. What can we do realistically?
Realistically, the first thing this is just what I believe we got to do. We got to get to a point where, one, we start believing that according to what the Father said, and I'm starting with this, I will start with a Bible verse first before I get to the point. He said, greater is he that's in us than he that's in the world. Those ideas and gifts and callings, those talents that he put in us, we have as Israel, from a practical standpoint, within the confines of the current system, need to step out on those things. In other words, those businesses, those ideas, like my sister has Lastaya. I know there's a thing, I think I said it right this time, Kia, but there's something that I want to start as far as a youth outreach, etc. There's certain things that people are gifted at. You got people that are gifted in tech, etc. As we start to formulate and build community, we need to start networking more. I know Suka is major in that. And these things that, because we agree on the fact, even if there's some doctrinal differences, that we are Israel, we need to start a network of communication and networking and bartering in order to build community. So if it gets to the point where currency is not enough, that we can trade goods and services, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
It does.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So if we decided, and I'm using we loosely again, I'm thinking community. If we decided tomorrow, our community, what would be the first steps? What do you think would be the first steps if we're trying to build community? The reason why I'm asking that, because in the New Testament it said that when this new church was being formed, they had all things in common. And they began to sell their extra properties that they had, and things of that nature. And they were thinking community. is that realistic for us in 2025 going into 2026 that we can get amongst community, and if we have an extra property or we have an extra vehicle or something extra, that we can take that and then use that as a starter to build community? Is that realistic today?
I gotta believe it is, because if they did it then, I think we're capable of doing it now, and I believe that the circumstances are going to be as such that we have to. Think about it. You have educational agendas, like you got a grandbaby, and your grandbaby is the target of their agenda when you talk about this the alphabet community, where they want these things being taught in school, etc., to the point that you have students that can switch their gender and not have to tell their parents, and they're trying to make these things normal. And so it's getting to the point that we have people with educational backgrounds that will have to step out and start doing what Noah did, building the ark. What I mean by that is not building a literal ark, but building an ark of, okay, if we're not going to agree with their teaching, let's develop our own curriculum. And it may come to that. Like people talk about him cutting Section 8 or him cutting medical. That's great. If you're going to step back as a government, if you're going to withhold funds, if you're going to shut down as a government, that creates the opportunity for us to step up. We have people that have medical backgrounds in Israel. Maybe they should start researching, those people who have a passion for that, have the wisdom for that, to start researching means, herbs, means, other means by which we can deal with our health issues.
Okay, another question.
Go ahead.
Do you guys think, and I can even open this up to the chat as well, do you guys think that we allow religion to get in the way of building community? Because many times, if someone doesn't believe how I believe, I don't associate. So could it be
say that again,
our perspective is wrong? If we're trying to build community, should we allow or should we let religion get in the way? For an example, if I believe in the virgin birth and you don't, but we believe that you must be born again, we shouldn't let that divide us, right?
I know myself personally, bro.
Not at all.
I've gone in the clubhouse and said, let's start with where we at least agree at. Can we agree that Christ is king? And then let's let our dialogues build from there. Like
Totally brought it even better. He said, man, he told his son, go get them that are mindful of Yahuwah.
We can, right?
My brothers that are mindful.
Yes, sir.
Now, within that mindful, there could be variations of understanding.
What'd you say?
Within that mindful of the Most High, can be variations of understanding.
Could be.
And should we allow those variations to stop us from building?
It didn't stop the first century, to the point that there were people that were presenting other understandings and doctrines, and we know this to be true because Acts 15 happened. And there had to be some people who were in leadership that stepped up and said, at least let's just start with these right here. Can we agree on these 4 principles?
Exactly.
So we can find the basic tenets or the basic foundations in which we agree on. We can build from there. We can build on the fact that we need financial literacy. We can build on the fact that we need to create employment opportunity. We can build on the fact that we need to control. Everybody else do it. Everybody else control their education. You got the small caps. They got their own laws, their own police force.
And let me just say, you heard about the group, the family that just bought 5,000 acres down in Georgia
Yeah.
Georgia, and they created their own town. It's called Freedom.
Yeah,
Out in Georgia, they bought 5,000 acres together.
I heard about
Certain
that.
amount of families, and you know it's not the same belief,
Yeah,
but they came together under a principle, and they made it. They said, "Let's do this."
That's what we need.
yes, sir.
Right there.
They exist.
That's what we need.
Yeah. So it's possible. It's just that we're too busy focusing on where we differ at. Let's find out where we connect at.
Go back to Black Wall Street, man. Do you think everybody had the same mind? Everybody had the same mind to build businesses, but other people had differences. That's why the town was successful like it was. 30-something square blocks going in different directions, and they were thriving.
Yeah.
We have become scared to deal with each other.
That's the problem. You done, Sue?
That's interesting.
Yes, sir.
Would you,
Yes, sir.
you just stop so abruptly. Go ahead, Moray. You was about to say something?
No. I'm saying that's very interesting. I think we're just too. I think we're too religious.
Yeah.
Because we don't have. I'm speaking general. I'm speaking very loosely. As for our people, we have a very small understanding of economy. We have a very low understanding of credit.
Mm-hmm.
We have a low understanding of how money actually works.
Mm-hmm.
We have a low understanding of supply and demand.
Mm-hmm.
We're too much of spenders and not investors.
Yeah.
But yet, when it comes to religion, we get A pluses. But those A's don't transfer to the real world. Am I making sense?
Making total sense.
Making big sense.
So I think we need to learn how to marry
Mm-hmm.
the spiritual side of it to actually living on the earth. Because you have all these other pockets of ethnicities. And I'm not saying that we're living life if we have a surplus of money, or we're living life if we take vacations around the world. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But when you look at our people from a general perspective, we're at the bottom.
Because we've been trained to be individuals and not a nation.
Exactly. So it goes back to the point of what can we do like tomorrow to start building community within our own little network of people. Interesting.
Yeah. I think the first thing we need, like Noah was given an assignment. And in order for humanity in and of itself to survive, he had to step out on that singular thing that the Most High said. He said, if you be faithful over a few things, I'll make you ruler over much. So it's that one thing that you've been called, that you've been gifted to do, that will benefit me. It's been that one thing that I've been called, that I've been gifted to do, that benefits you. We need to step out on those things and develop those things and let the Most High fitly join them together.
Look what Naeem said. Man.
Wow.
He literally just took the words out of did you just say some simplify what I took all night to say in a simple sentence, young man? You literally did that. It took me all night to get that out. He just said it, and what we are a people frequently equate faith in God with doing nothing. Exactly.
Woo, boy, I got to give you a hand clap and a high five for that one.
Yeah, hold on. Let
Yeah.
me look for the bomb on that one.
Yeah.
Hold up.
And then don't understand, faith without works is dead.
He
We'll talk
literally
about what we
gave
wanted to do, and we won't try to start nothing.
he literally gave us an assignment. All of us.
Hold up. Let me get the bomb on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
whew, that's deep.
Yeah.
We go to church on Sundays, we go to church on Saturdays,
Facts.
and
People-
broke.
People don't understand Exodus. It was literally building a nation. He said, let those who are full of wisdom for this and full of wisdom for that do those things. Like, Suka, you understand business. I don't understand business like Suk. I understand social services type stuff, but I don't understand business. But it's a collaboration that we can have to help build a business that can help do whatever it is that we need to do together. Does that make
Hold
sense
on.
what I'm saying?
Hold on, my brother.
Yeah.
This brother said, we as a people frequently equate faith in God with doing nothing. I remember when back when I was on Facebook, one of our good brothers of the ministry, he had a lesson and he was talking about something. And he said he was talking with another Hebrew and they were saying how much faith they had. And so we asked him, what are you doing? And he says, I'm believing the Most High. He says, okay, but what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I'm believing in the Most High. And so during the conversation, he ended up saying, he said, okay, you say you believe in the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm believing in the Most High too. So here's an exercise that we're both going to do. Now he's speaking. Well, let me just tell the story. So he says, so here's an exercise we're going to do because we're both believing in the Most High. He says, I want you to go out, go to the store, get some seeds, and I want you to plant the seed. And I'm gonna go and get some seeds. And I'm gonna plant the seed. You believe in the Most High, and I'm believing in the Most High. He believing in the Most High as to what Naim is saying. I'm not going to do anything. But our brother said, what I'm going to do to show you that I believe in the Most High, I'm going to go buy the seeds. And I'm going to dig up the dirt. I'm going to actually plant the seed. I'm going to water the seed. I'm going to nurture the seed. I'm going to do all the things that are necessary for the seed to grow because I'm believing in the Most High. And over the course of time, we'll see whose belief produces fruit. The moral of the story is he was talking to a brother who believed that just by having some mental, emotional strength, that was going to get whatever he was asking from the Most High. Instead of doing what Hebrews have been called to do. And we've been called to do, D-O. The hearer is not just, but it is the doer that is just. So to his point, we believe the Most High for a lot of stuff and we do nothing. We sit on the couches and we do all this stuff, and I believe in the Most High. I believe He's gonna do this, and we do nothing. And again, I'm speaking, broad. I'm painting with a broad brush. But when we look at the other nations, they're doing. So we have a lot of Bible. We have a lot of faith. We have a lot. But when it comes to actually getting out and doing, we fall tremendously short. I yield.
That's it. But those are like to the answers of your questions. And to know what Naeem is putting in chat. Noah was considered faithful because he heard what the Father said do, and he did it. That's the bottom line. But that's abiding under the shadow of the Almighty. We believe what the Father said, and we step on what He said. How does He know we trust Him? We follow His instructions. But yeah, that's all I really have concerning that. I just want us to understand. Don't trip about what they're taking away. Don't trip about the narrative. Don't trip about what they putting out about us. Let's believe the counsel of what the Father said about us. He said we are a holy nation, a peculiar people, a royal priesthood. He said that we are the apple of His eye. He said that we can be above only and not beneath the head and not the tail. I'm saying all that to say this. He put in us both to will and to do His good pleasure. And He said it was His good pleasure to give us the kingdom. And according to the word says that the kingdom is nigh us, even in our mouth. We just got to step out and do. And we can't wait for everybody else that are on other nations to tell us who we are and what we should do when the Father already put in us to do it. So that's all I have for tonight. I hope there were some things that were said here. Thank you guys for the participation in the chat. I hope something was said that helped you think or make you think. Don't believe the hype. Don't be fretting or anxious by what they put out. Seek the counsel of those that are laboring with you in the text and in the spirit. Let's get an understanding and let's move forward together as a people and let's walk our salvation out. That being said, brothers, is there anything you want to add? Sister Tracy up here on fire in the chat.
That's it. Excellent.
Suka, anything?
No, sir. Beautiful lesson, man. Beautiful.
All praise.
What Naeem said. That was a hard hit.
Yeah, that summed it all up. Should have had Naeem come up on stage and just go ahead and say that, and we could have wrapped up about 30 minutes ago. But yeah, that being said, we love you all. We thank you all. Again, please feel free to join us tomorrow for Shabbat class at 12 noon Central Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. Well, see, I'm not gonna live it down.
Central Standard Time, so there won't be no confusion. 12 noon. 12
noon Central Eastern Standard Time.
My brother.
Yeah, man.
My brother.
Oh,
anyway, all praise to the Most High. Hey, what he don't know as far as time zone, he's thorough with them scriptures. That's all that matters. With that being said, we love you all. Please feel free to join us if you're not fellowshipping with nobody. But if you are fellowshipping with somebody, be somewhere where you're going to be edified, fed, etc. Spend that time with the Most High, learn of the Most High, and enjoy your Shabbat. That being said, we love you all. We thank you all for coming with us tonight to take a deeper look. Join us again if you're not fellowshipping with anybody on our Chasers of the Way channel for Shabbat class tomorrow. Thank you. Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom.